Good morning, everyone. So, today we are going to see about the topic refraction of light through a prism. Let's read first the small introduction they have given and then we'll see this experiment. So, you have learned how light gets refracted through a rectangular glass slab. For parallel reflecting surfaces, as in the glass slab, the emergent ray is parallel to the incident ray. However, it is slightly displaced laterally. How would light get refracted through a transparent prism? I don't know how many of you have seen prism, but prism is something made of glass. What happens for a general knowledge? I'm just saying. So just listen. The simple thing happens in prism is when you pass the light from one side, the light comes out from the other side, or if you pass the sunlight through it, then the spectrum of colors comes out from its side. But in this case we'll just see a light goes inside the prism and then how it comes out. Consider a triangular glass prism. It has two triangular bases and three rectangular lateral surfaces. Now these surfaces are inclined to each other. The angle between its two lateral faces is called angle of prism. Let us see it doing an activity of refraction of light through a glass prism. Okay students, so let's see this activity what they have given. The first point is fix a sheet of white paper on the drawing board using the drawing pins. Place a glass prism in such a way that it rests its triangular base on the outline. That means the first thing you will do is make a triangle on the page. Just see here I am making. So now you have seen you made a triangle. Now see what they are saying. Draw a straight line PE inclined to one of the refracting surfaces, say AB of the prism. First of all, we will just name the prism A, B and C. Just see A, this is B and C. Yes. Now they are saying that to draw a line PE on the surface AB. So let's see how we draw a line. Yes. Now we'll give the point E on the surface AB. Yes. Now what they have see fix two pins say at P and Q on the line PE as shown in figure 11.4. So we'll just mark 2 points P and Q. Yes. Okay. So this ray what we are passing, the ray PE is called incident ray. Remember that. I'll write it down. PE is called incident ray. Okay, so we'll name PE as incident ray. Now what they have told, fix two more, look at the images of the fins, fix PQ through the other face AC. Now fix two more point at RS such that pin R and S, the two images of P and Q lie in the same straight line. That means from Q, we'll just see, I'll draw one more line as you can see here, the same way. Now straighter to Q, I'll mark the point R as I'm marking right now. Yes, and with in respect to P, we'll mark S. Now this is this ray. Now I'll mark the point on the triangle surface AC as F. Yes. So now the ray FS is known as emergent ray. I'll write down FS is known as emergent ray. Now nothing, simple. I'll join the point E and F. And EF is known as the refracted ray. Now you think, first we throw the light on prism on the surface AB, that is point P and PE ray, yes. Then the light comes out, that is FS, but between them you have seen the ray is deviated, yes. So that is called, that ray is EF, and that is known as refracted ray. Okay, now what they have told, remove the pins and glass prism. The line PE meets the boundary of the prism at E. Similarly, join RS and let's see these lines meet the boundary of the prism EF respectively. Draw perpendicular to the surfaces of AB and AC at the prism point E and F respectively. Now you see, we'll draw two perpendiculars on the surface A, B and AC. Now let's see, drawing a perpendicular. You always remember, drawing a perpendicular on the surface, that means it should have a 90-degree angle to it. Always. But we are taking the surface AB and AC. Now see AC. So as you can see this way, the perpendiculars, yeah, it's visible to you, both are at the 90-degree for it, yes. Now I'll mark the three angles. Now what will be the three angles? You think yourself. The three angles will be angle of incidence, angle of refraction and angle of emergence. Now see, this is angle of incidence, this is angle of emergence, and the refracted, we'll see, yes, R. So angle R is nothing but angle of refraction. I'll write it down here. You see, angle of emergence, yes. So here, okay, if you do this much and you write all the procedures, okay, that is almost enough for you to get at least 3 marks out of 4. You have to do this much. Draw a triangle, then what you see, first the ray PE, okay, and their point Q, and then again the ray FS, which is called emergent ray, and between EF you should join. Then make two perpendicular, okay, and then form angles IE and small r, okay. At least this much you should do. Now we'll see in the book what they have told us. Yes. So here PE is the incident ray, as I have mentioned this. EF is the refracted ray and FS is the emergent ray. You may note that the ray of light entering from air to glass at the first surface AB, then the light ray on refraction has bent towards the normal. At the second surface AC, the light ray has entered from glass to air, then hence it bent away from the normal. Compare the angle of incidence and angle of refraction at each refracting surface of the prism. You have seen two angles, yes. When you draw the normal, you have seen one is gone inside of the normal and one is gone away from the normal. Okay, so this way two rays are there. always. Now, is this similar kind of bending that occurs in the glass slab? Okay, that you'll learn later on, but let's see this. The peculiar shape of the prism, peculiar means a particular shape. If I say particular shape of prism makes the emergent ray bend at an angle to the direction of the incidence ray, and this angle is called the angle of deviation. Now, what is angle of deviation? Let me show you. Now you see how we'll do angle of deviation. First, with the ray PE, you have to draw one dotted line. See, yes. And now from point F, I'll make one line. Yes. Let that name be G. Yes. So this angle is called angle of deviation, and the above angle where A is there, that is called angle of prism, that you can mark or you can see in your textbooks as well. Thank you.